As we close out chapter 12 of the Gospel of Mark, and keeping in mind that much of this chapter, Jesus was in the temple, and different groups were coming to him as he was teaching, because he was teaching. He had groups of people there who would listen to him teach, and then they would come and they would challenge his teaching, and so he would use their challenges to teach. But now we find that it says that he's sitting over by the treasury, and he's just watching and observing. And he's watching people as they come and they cash their money into the treasury. And he's just watching and observing. And what he's seeing is that a lot of the people who brought their money, they were giving a good amount of money, but it wasn't hurting them. In other words, they weren't giving of their need. They were just giving because it appeased the conscience. And maybe it would cause them to have a certain prestige among the community. And so there were reasons for them to come and bring their money, but as far as affecting their lifestyle, not at all. And what Jesus was watching and observing was that there was no sacrifice here. There was no sense that I believe in what God's doing in the mission of this church. No, I'm just doing what I have to do, and that's all. And I think about that, because I think that in the day and age in which we are living right now, the church is in great need. And when I say that, I don't mean to diminish the ability of God to preserve his church and the ability of God to cause the mission to prevail. But I see that there's a great need in the hearts of the people. In other words, do we love what our church represents? And are we in love with the mission and the calling that God has put upon our own life to be a part of this ministry? And if that is the case, then what is my willingness to sacrifice to see the mission of this ministry go forth? And of course, we would want to believe that the ministry and the calling of that church or that ministry is the Great Commission of Jesus Christ, to go into the world, preach and teach the doctrine, and win the lost, and to see God's kingdom grow and prevail, and the borders of God's kingdom expanded. And do I have resources to where I can be a part of that? And do I have a heart to willingly sacrifice in order that the kingdom work be accomplished? This is Pastor Jack King with the Gospel on the radio broadcast.